Life moves in seasons, and there's an ache that comes along with the change. Our children grow up and leave home. We might leave a job, and it feels like part of our identity is also lost. We have friendships that change, and there's a grief that's difficult for us to put our finger on that goes along with that. Life keeps changing. Seasons come and go, and the transitions can be really hard. If you feel like your life is changing too fast and you're struggling to keep up, then you are not alone and you are in the right place. I'm Christine Wood, and you're listening to the Living with Margins podcast. And this is episode number 10. Today, we are going to talk about 4 ways that we can thrive in every season of our lives. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 says, "There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven." Seasons change, and sometimes it feels like we are barely holding on. So how do we keep up? How do we navigate the constant change and thrive in every season of our lives? And how can we honor God in every season and make the most of the opportunities that come along? So, here are 4 keys that can help us to navigate the constant change that comes with the seasons of our lives. Number 1, celebrate the joys. There are joys in every season, and it's important for us to take the time to notice what they are and to celebrate them. I think sometimes there is a tendency for us to just grieve the losses of the seasons of our lives as we move through. I can remember so many times in playgroup or in the school pickup line talking to other mums and just grieving the loss of what their kids used to be like when they were younger. So grieving the baby stage or grieving the toddler stage or grieving the early childhood season. And I totally get that. There is a tendency for us to remember the best parts of the past and to grieve the losses of that. But there are also joys in every season. And there are things to enjoy about all of the different seasons of our lives. And it's important that we focus on those things and celebrate these things. It's a bit of a silly example, but it illustrates the point that I'm trying to make really well. I had 3 kids really close together. And so I was breastfeeding for the better part of about 4.5 years, from when number 1 was born until number 3 was ready to finish. And I can remember when my youngest child weaned and wasn't breastfeeding anymore, the tendency to grieve that more than what I needed to, and to just sort of focus on what I'd lost in the end of that season. I can remember really distinctly going to the department store to buy myself some new pretty bras. Because after breastfeeding for so long and wearing just breastfeeding bras that are pretty boring for years and years, that was a way that I could celebrate something that was good about the loss of a season that I was grieving. So it was just a way to help me to focus on something positive and find something good at a time when the tendency was for me to just grieve what I had lost. So let's celebrate the joys of each season, because every season of our lives have things that we can enjoy about them. Number 2, we need to give ourselves grace in the transitions, because our life can change a lot, and sometimes it changes really quickly, and we can feel really unsettled and out of kilter when lots of things are changing. We need to give ourselves grace during those times of transition. There's big changes, from having toddlers at home to then having the busyness of school life. Our kids' growing independence and all of the renegotiation as they are growing more independent, wanting to make choices for themselves, and us as parents needing to let them grow up and let go of control and letting them make choices and make mistakes for themselves. And they are big season changes. I remember when our kids learnt to drive and then when they got their license, having to again let go of control. They got jobs, they were out with their friends, they were doing things. And, you know, that loss of control, that change of season that just happened really quickly when they got their license changed the dynamic of the way that our family worked really quickly. And then the quietness of the empty nest when the kids were gone and it's just Murray and I at home. And for a season, I was home by myself a lot because Murray was working outside the home and I was writing my book and I was home in the quietness of the apartment. I spent a lot of time alone. And there was a transition there that I had to get used to at that time. And some of there's, like I said before, there's joys and struggles in every season, and we found our feet and you get used to the new normal. But in those transition times, it's really important for us to give ourselves grace, to be patient with ourselves, to work through what the changes mean and how we can make the changes to our routines and the way that our family works in all of those transition times. Number three, and this is really important. Number three is to keep growing and learning through all of the different stages of our lives. Commit to continuing to grow and learn through every different stage. Right. Our babies grow up and learn to walk. Our children go to school and learn to read and write. Our teenagers learn to drive. And we, once we've grown up, need to keep learning new things as well. And there's no excuse for us to stop learning. There are so many great learning tools out there. There's such great content out there. There's podcasts to listen to and books to read. You can do online courses and you can even watch university lectures on YouTube. We can continue to learn and grow through every season of our lives. And every season gives us new opportunities as we step into them. So don't give up on growing. Write the book that's in your heart. Start a podcast. It's a great thing to do. Go ahead and run the marathon and knit the jumper, join a dance class, do all of the things that you want to do. My husband and I, this is kind of crazy, but just a few days ago, we signed up to run in a 10-kilometer fun run. It's in about 4 months' time. And so we are on a running schedule to build up our stamina and build up our muscles so that we can run 10 kilometers in a few months' time, because prioritizing our health and strength in this season of our lives is important to us as we get older. So we are pushing ourselves and we're going running. We ran in the rain today, so we are committed. But don't stop growing. Don't stop learning. In every season of your life, make the most of the opportunities that you have to keep growing. And lastly, number 4, journey with God in every season. God is with us in every season of our lives. One of my favorite verses is Joshua chapter 1, verse 9, and it says, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This verse comes at a time of transition when Moses had just died and God is commissioning Joshua to take over the leadership of the children of Israel to go and take possession of the promised land. Now, Joshua had been an apprentice to Moses for a long time, but the transition to being the leader was a big change. So, this command from God is such an incredible encouragement. Be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. Why? Because God promised to be with him wherever he went. And that promise is true for us as well. No matter where we go, whatever stage of life we find ourselves in, whatever scary transitions we might have to face, God is with us through every step of the way. My faith is really different in this season of life than what it has been when I was younger. The way that I read my Bible is different. The way that I have personal devotion time is different. My prayer life is changed. The ministry opportunities that I'm involved in have changed. But God is the same, and He has been with me through every different season of my life. One of the things I love about getting older is that I have decades of faith walk that I can look back on, and I can see how God has been with me, and He has walked with me through the seasons of my life and through the big changes. And He has been so faithful, and I can be 100% sure that God will continue to be faithful with me in the future, because we have done the journey together. I know that God is with me through every season. Well, I hope that's been encouragement for you today. I hope that you are able to celebrate the good things that are in this season that you are in, that you'll be able to give yourself grace and patience during the times of transition, that you will be able to keep growing and learning no matter which season of life you're in right now, and that you can journey with God, being assured that He is with you through every step of the way. He does not change, and He is with us wherever we go. Well, that, my friends, is the end of this podcast, season 1. That's 10 episodes. I can't believe it. It's gone super fast. And I am going to have a bit of a break and be back again in season 2. I'm actually going on a big trip. We are going camping for a month with some friends. We're exploring a remote part of Australia that we love. We're going up to Cape York, which is a fantastic adventure. So we leave in a couple of weeks and we're away for a while. And then next season of the podcast, I have something really special planned. We are going to go through my book, The Burdens We Carry. And we're going to look at some of the things that weigh us down as busy Christian women that Jesus never intended for us to carry. And I have learnt so much about that through my life. And I've been sharing the message with some ladies groups, and I've had feedback from the book. And I'm excited to share with you on the podcast. So stay tuned. That's coming up in July. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so that when we get started again, you're not going to miss out. God bless you. Until next time. Bye-bye.